Hello guys and welcome to What the Tech episode number 39. My name is Adam Lobo.
And I'm Vernon. It's great to be back.
Okay, so as we all know, it's very obvious that year 2025 is gonna it's gonna go away. I understand people say that time passed by very fast, but honestly, I feel like this year is extremely fast. I don't know whether we're getting older or it is the case. What do you think?
It is. I think it's explained in physics that as you get older, the quicker you are, and then time flies faster because you're kind of closer to the destination, so to speak.
Suddenly, from tech podcast become physics podcast.
Sorry to sound bleak, but yeah, that's facts are facts, you know.
And as usual, towards the end of the year, if you all follow tech very closely, it is a little slower in terms of the tech news. But one thing that we collectively as a team has actually came up with an idea, because you know how people like MKBHD and Arun Maini have came up with their own smartphone of the year awards. We want to do similar to that. But instead of me and Vernon choosing, we are wanting you, or we're going to get you to vote. So you know like how usually Site does his YouTube community post every Tuesday. So we have reviewed, fun fact, up to 40 phones this year, including the OPPO Find X9 Pro. So this is the 40th phone. And fun fact, next week is episode 40.
Nice.
There you go. So it's interesting. Now,
4040.
Yeah, and the categories are 14 categories. So between Monday till Wednesday, Site is going to be dividing the categories of all the different categories like best battery phone, best mid-range phone, who asked for this phone. That is of course his category. So unfortunately on YouTube, there's only 4 different choices. So if you find that those choices are not there, you can always comment accordingly. Now, the thing is that, of course, 40 phones does not also cover every phone. You all know I don't review Honor phones or Realme phones. So if you feel like maybe one particular category that the Honor phone was better, let us know in the comments. At
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention. At the same time, probably then I might go and test the phone to really find out whether it's the truth or not. Yeah. So that will be for next week's episode. But of course, stay tuned to the YouTube community page between Monday to Wednesday, as we will, or Site will be releasing all the categories. And then at the end of that week, which means that typical Saturday when this comes out, we'll be discussing your results. And of course, Vernon and I will be giving our thoughts, and maybe we might even give our own choice in terms of that as well. And then we will take a break and we will see you guys next year. Okay, let's talk about this week. This week we have 2 main things. Number one, Google copies Apple. What's new? And Lenovo came up with a very interesting rollable display laptop. So that is under our best friends who asked for this. So let's first start off with the devices. As I mentioned, this will be the final device that we review in depth. I thought it was going to be the POCO F8 Ultra, but I asked POCO Malaysia. They still don't have a unit for us to review, so most probably they'll come in next year. So I really wanted to review this phone. I wanted this phone as soon as possible, as soon as we got the Vivo X300 Pro. Now, the reason why I have the telephoto extender, because I want to also go through what is to be expected when you buy the phone and what are the differences between a teleconverter kit for
They're cousins, by the way.
Now, first impressions, because I'm in the midst of testing the phone, it felt heavier. Even though it's like a 2-gram kind of thing, but it really felt so much heavier as well. Right? It could be, even though it's a silicon carbon battery.
Yeah, huge battery.
I like the matte finish. Feels good. And of course, it feels very grippy. No fingerprints at all. Now, what's interesting is that the camera bump placement is towards the side, right? Compared to the Vivo, which is right in the middle. And I thought that because it's going to be towards the side, so it's going to wobble. But it didn't wobble at all, which is quite interesting. Now, I am not a fan of this particular style of camera design. I like the middle ones, like the OPPO, like the Vivo, or even the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. But give me your thoughts about the build quality and your first impressions of this.
Yeah, I mean, I held it a little bit before we started rolling. But I thought it just feels very premium and very well made. I like that it's so squared off. I mean, most of the phones right now.
What are your thoughts? Do you like the camera bump?
I like the camera bump.
Why?
I don't mind it. I'm not such a fan of the X300 camera bump or
Oh, really?
the ones that are central.
Oh, you don't like the
even the
central.
central.
I love the
I don't like the central
Mhm.
look of it. Maybe I'm so used to the iPhone. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do think that looks really nice. I like how the chamfered edges are. The build quality is nice. Like you mentioned, the matte finish is really
it's so
good.
nice.
No fingerprints at all. It looks really expensive, and I'm not so bothered by the weight. I think it's okay. I think it's like 220 grams.
226 compared to the Vivo is 224.
Yeah, just 2 grams difference, and maybe because I'm also very used to my iPhone 15 Pro Max, it's quite luggable. Yeah, overall, really nice finish. I really like it. Looks good. Looks good.
Okay, I'm putting the timer. For me, of course, the camera bump design looks very similar to the OnePlus 15. Of course, you have the Hasselblad branding because it's the collaboration with them.
Also a distant cousin.
Yes, and it is all within the same cousins, like you say, same family, right? Like Vivo, OPPO,
Same
and also
father.
OnePlus. I'm your father.
Same father, different mothers.
So I agree with Vernon. It's very premium looking. So this color is called charcoal grey or something like that. You know how they'll come out with funky names, but it's really good. My first impressions, like I said, when I took out from the box, it did feel heavy. But when I look at the spec sheet together with the Vivo, it's just like 2 grams difference. So I don't think it's a huge difference, but this is probably something that you all can kind of think about. The display, I absolutely love the flat screen display. I don't like the idea. So like brands like Huawei does the opposite, where the Pro has curved, and then the non-Pro has flat screens. The side is actually nodding his head because it's the truth. It's annoying. I want it to be the other way around. So I'm glad that OPPO did that, because flat screen displays also means that when it comes to repairability, it's one of those days. It's easy to repair. It's not going to cost a lot as opposed to the curved screen.
I always thought that the trend for curved screens have passed.
Right?
10 years ago, you know, the Samsungs of the world, everybody had a curved screen because they were always boasting about screen.
Yeah.
Right? Screen to body ratio, like 97% or whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, it's a cheating way of doing it. But however, in practical sense, you cannot beat a flat display.
Some brands, like I said, like Huawei, still embraces the whole curved design. They call it
dated,
premium.
right? Like I think I mentioned before.
I agree. The curved screen looks more dated than premium to us, right? Now, the overall brightness adjustments is also very good, except for at night. Now, I did say about how the Vivo and even the iPhone and a lot of phones are slowly getting very well when it comes to automatic brightness. I did find that when I was using the phone at night, the dimming was a little too dim. Yes, you can adjust it. I think they're trying to be a bit more conservative when it comes to the battery. But other than that, it's not an issue. Display is great. The speakers, not so good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, speakers sound a bit like hollow.
But they are stereo, right?
They are stereo, but it doesn't sound as good of a quality compared to the Samsungs and Apples of the world. I think like Samsung and iPhone still has the best. And of course, the POCO F8 Ultra with their nice subwoofer as well.
Yep.
Now, software and experience though, I was a little surprised because I thought that because I was already in love with Vivo's Origin OS. But revisiting Color OS 16 felt nice again. The idea of bulk removing apps where you can just like once you click here and then you can select all the apps and then remove it to another screen, something which a lot of phones these days does not have. There's also a very interesting thing which I do not know a lot of people use this, but I find it very useful, is the double tap anywhere on the screen and then the screen turns off. That was nice. I almost forgot about the triple screen triple finger screenshot. So things like this, of course, other phones have the gestures, but it felt nice. But of course, the downside is bloatware.
Bloatware, yeah.
You cannot also remove the text like how you can do it for Vivo phones. So you have that very nice, clean, minimalist look. So you can see like what I've done here on the Vivo X300 Pro. I like the no text one.
Right.
And when it comes to iPhones, it's annoying because you can remove the text, but you cannot decrease the size of the icons. So
not as customizable as Android. Well,
yeah, so much for
that's the
being
draw of
custom.
Android,
exactly.
right?
So
But yeah, bloatware are obviously very annoying, and I think that's quite rampant with China-based devices.
Yeah, this one has a lot, like some weird
It's so
apps which I
annoying.
never heard before in my life. And like, I'm like, okay, bro, whatever. Like, what is OPPO? Anyway, yeah. So I think Color OS is still good. May not be the best. I still prefer something like Nothing OS or even One UI, but still very good. It felt a bit more refreshing. They tried their best to show the whole world that they followed iPhone because they do not have one but two features very similar to the iPhone. Number one is the quick button.
I mean, who doesn't have the quick button anymore, right?
Yeah, I mean, so the quick
Everyone's copied
button
it.
is of course placed on top here. You can remap it to certain things as well. One of the things which is actually defaulted is a very interesting mix, which is called the AI analysis, which is a mind space. So what's interesting is that particular mind space, it's a combination of Gemini screen sharing and also Nothing's essential space. So like you can take a screenshot and also give like a sort of a note, and then you can kind of look back again. That's kind of interesting. I like the integration they've done with that. And of course there is the quick button, similar like the, see, I told you it's heavy. The camera button where you just click. But here's the not so good thing. I felt like when you want to, like for example, currently on the iPhone 17s, you can just press it, double click, and the camera immediately comes out like that. So I can quickly take a picture of my son. This one, you need to press and hold. You need to
Press and hold?
Yeah, you need to press and hold. And
Little
also
bit
there's
like the
no
action button.
Exactly. So for me, doing that very quickly is not as fast as the iPhone, but similar like the iPhones, you can actually zoom in and zoom out over here as well. So it's a
Yeah, so
similar
that's
thing, and
more
with a
like-
similar haptic feel. So
Copy it exactly.
Yeah. They couldn't make it any obvious. It's like copy my homework, but don't make it
It's,
obvious, but very obvious at
expected
the same
anyway,
time. So yeah, what are your thoughts about this whole Mindspace and Oppo's take on the Gemini?
I think Mindspace is cool, and I think it's, I mean, like you said, it's Oppo's take on Gemini's screen sharing, but I think it's a little bit more. Like you mentioned,
Yeah.
also like Nothing's essential space, where it kind of gives you like this temporary space to kind of store little things, snippets of stuff. I think that's useful. I do like the snap key,
do you
aka
use
action
the
button.
action button on your iPhone?
Yeah, I do.
What do you map it to?
It's mapped to I mentioned before, like this camera app.
Oh,
called,
yes.
called Mood.
Yeah.
So Mood camera. So I just
Okay.
hold it down for 2 seconds, launches.
Mine is Todoist.
Or Todoist. I don't want to be too tied to work.
Oh God. I wish I could say the same thing, but no. For me, it's like I remember anything is press and hold. But right now with iPhone having the camera, there's the control center, you can also put it up on the control center, like to turn on the AC.
But that would
over here,
be,
just to do that as
like
well.
the native camera, right?
Yeah, correct.
Also.
So yeah, accessories and hardware experience, there couldn't be more obvious to have the similar teleconverter kit. I don't think we're going to do an unboxing per
I'm
se.
surprised it's not interchangeable. Like, being from the same family tree, right? What if you could? You never tried it.
That's a good idea.
to try.
Okay,
I
I'm
mean,
not going to
obviously
try
the
it
casing
now
doesn't
because we
fit.
have limited time here, but that's a very good point. No one has done it before.
But I'm sure the casing doesn't fit because the camera module is different. But
Is it
in
really?
terms of thread, and
Is
all,
it really?
you
So
could
I'm actually
probably
going to
use the
open up.
lens.
Now there is the teleconverter kit. So it comes in a box like this. It's not as big as the Vivo's one, but still pretty
substantial.
huge. Inside you have the case. Now the case is a very, very nice looking, like a carbon fiber case.
very nice.
And the magnets are very strong, like your MagSafe style putting magnets. Because when I drive, I put my MagSafe, and trying to take it out is so much harder than taking it out on an iPhone. So that's very good. Now thank you, Abang. In the teleconverter kit, it's a little different than how Vivo does it, right? So there is this, you put it also, but instead of you just putting it on together with the case like how it is here on the Vivo, you have it to put it separately, and then you put the lens kit as well.
That's magnetized, I presume.
No, you need to slide it on. I thought it's magnetized.
Oh,
It is.
okay. It would have been nice if it was
Yeah, exactly. So I think you have to kind of slide it in like that.
Okay, more secure.
I almost cursed. because there's like a weird notch kind of thing. Because here is the eye. So you have to kind of just slide it in just nicely.
Oh, there's something for lanyard too.
Yeah, so okay. Like I don't waste my time doing it, but both are there. This is the kit side by side. I like the lens cover though. So this is the Vivo's lens cover. This is the Hasselblad Vivo, the version for OPPO, and size comparison. Side getting excited. Okay, maybe
I think if the
okay, I'm going to try.
Dimensions are the same.
It kind of makes sense though. It might be the same. Okay, I like I said, stay tuned for our in-depth review. We'll see whether or not it's the same lah. Where's the dot?
Same thread size. Maybe not.
For those of you who are listening, I'm very sorry. No, lighting cannot.
No, I don't think it's the same.
Oh man, it'd be cool if you could, right? Is it different?
They look the same.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'll try it, and in our in-depth review, we will actually let you all know whether or not it is possible. Meanwhile, let me just put everything aside. It's the same, right? Does it look the same?
No, different.
Ah, there you go.
I think diameter is the same.
Yeah, it does look different. The thread is
notches
slightly
are
different.
different.
Yeah, correct. Okay, so I guess it's not there because it's so much easier on here. Okay, so it has that. The battery is something that I really need you all to know because where's the phone? Okay. So here's the story, guys. I've been using the phone daily, but I've been doing the battery test quite significantly for the past few days. At this point in time, it is 3:04 p.m. And when I look at the screen on time, yesterday, the whole entire day, I got a total of 3 hours and 46 minutes, right? So that's close to 4 hours. Today, I got 2 hours and 17 minutes, but I still have 55% battery left. Massive. So this is probably the only flagship which has this amount of battery. So stay tuned for our in-depth review and I'll give you my average scores about that.
What is your anticipated screen on time?
I am
7 hours?
No, definitely more. Definitely more. Maybe like 9, 10. Damn. Yeah. But
9,
again,
10
for a flagship phone, I think that's really massive. Because the best battery life that we had so far was a Pixel 9a. Obviously, that was like 11 hours. But obviously, that's not a flagship phone.
Yeah, that's not flagship.
So to me, I think like knowing the fact that you have a phone which has the flagship quality at the same time, amazing battery as well.
7,500 milliamp.
You did note here because you wanted to actually say it about the thermal experience.
Yeah. How's the thermal experience? Have you tested it already?
I mean, I didn't go heavy on the gaming because the gaming pros are Syed and Lihud. But so far using it daily, similar like the Vivo X300 Pro, when I set it up and all, there was no overheating. Right. I was taking pictures. I didn't take like heavy videos. But speaking of videos and cameras, unfortunately, it's the end of the year, so the weather does not look very promising. So I didn't do like a proper camera test as of yet. But first things first, all of the cameras are the same as the Vivo. So the same double 50 megapixel camera for the main, for the ultra wide, and the 200 megapixel for the telephoto, and the front 50 megapixel is the same. But weird enough is the fact that the Vivo X300 Pro can record up to 8K, but this Find X9 Pro can only record up to 4K 120 FPS. Yes, a lot of people do not record 8K, but I'm still trying to understand why is there such of a limitation. I am very curious to know whether or not this is indeed the best camera, because according to our friend MKBHD, he has called this the best camera phone. Now, he crowned that as the best camera phone, and the reason why is
was that video or photography?
He just called it best camera.
Okay.
So for me, I was a bit skeptical with his answer because we did a comparison video between the Vivo X300 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro. We kind of saw a very clear winner when it comes to photography on the Vivo. But if you are saying that best photography camera or best camera is the OPPO. I'm eager to find out whether that's the truth because I honestly feel like the Vivo is doing a very good job. I haven't watched Arun Maini's videos yet on his smartphones award, but what are your thoughts about this potentially being the best camera compared to the Vivos and the iPhones of the world?
It's an interesting take because I'm obviously very curious to know how it performs.
Yeah.
After Marquez's declaration.
Yeah.
In general, I know I'm not going to be disappointed because it is a flagship OPPO.
Yeah.
But will we be blown away? I don't know. And is it really good enough to take the top spot?
Yeah.
I know the benchmark is really high for all the flagships nowadays. Whether it's an iPhone or an Android device, photography and videography, for all the cameras and stuff, they're very good.
Yeah.
So it's going to be close, and sometimes it's going to be super subjective.
Also,
so it'll be nice to see.
One of the biggest problems with all of this, the Vivos and the Oppos of the world, is their front camera for the video, especially at night. They tend to really screw up on the white balance. So that is something that I will be testing in depth, hopefully in the next few days or so, because every time when I wake up, I look outside, I'm like, oh, it looks like going to be blue sky. And then when it's blue sky, I don't have the phone. But anyway, so that is the early testing. This would be the final in-depth review of the year. We are already approaching the end of the year already. So stay tuned. That will be hopefully out the in-depth review the following week or so. So that's the hands-on experience on the OPPO Find X9 Pro. If you guys have any questions or if you want us to test out anything specifically on the phone, do let us know and we will include that in the full in-depth review. Okay, Abang Vernon, going into the tech news of the week. Nothing Phone 3A Community Edition. Give us a lowdown on that.
Well, so Nothing has officially launched community edition of their, the budget 3A phone. It's very unique, very limited run. I think they're only building 1,000 units globally. And it's not developed just by the Nothing internal team, but also open up to, the community and with collaboration with 4 external creators. This is kind of Nothing's push to involve fans a little bit more, just beyond beta testing and feedback, which we normally do for software and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
This is actually curating ideas from crowdsourcing ideas from the community and fans and all that.
Yeah.
And then they kind of make a decision on what to work on,
Yeah.
which is really nice.
Yeah.
By the way, the previous edition of this in 2024 won the IF Award. So
I had no idea until we did a research. I was like, wow.
So apparently there were 700 submissions across the world and covering design, software, UI, and marketing. So it's not just designing the phone, but also the entire look and feel, how we would market the phone, what it stands for, and stuff like that. So. I really like how Nothing has executed this. I also put it in my notes that I love not only the design of the phone, I like the 90s retro aesthetics of it. I like the marketing behind it. I even like the website that's behind it. So it's a really well thought out kind of an executed campaign and also product. So it's cool. Of course, it's not a flagship device, so it's going to be super affordable. Not as affordable as let's say a CMF, but it's about 1,600 ringgit, which is pretty nice. Definitely something I would recommend. I would personally buy one.
Really?
Because I think it looks really cool.
Okay.
When you shared this, I thought, wow, this looks very different.
Actually, Syed is one who wrote about it.
It could have been the Pro. And I feel that is a missed opportunity, maybe. I thought it was a really, really interesting and unique take on the Nothing phone. Yeah.
I agree on the price. 1,699 is actually very good. 12 gigabytes of RAM with 256 gigabytes of storage. Only 1,000 units worldwide. I like the UI a lot, but I don't like the color, dude.
You don't like the color?
I hate the color.
I think the first thing
ugly. Syed, what do you think of the color?
I like it, honestly.
You do? Oh my God. I think I'm the only one.
But you know why I like it?
It looks like puke.
It's very it's 90s aesthetics.
Well, how is it 90s aesthetics? I'm trying to understand.
It's very iMac inspired. You know the iMac, the
that was the
bulbous
first thing I thought of.
iMac,
the translucent frosted shell, the green.
Yes.
That was the first iMac in 1997.
Or the G5.
Not before the G5.
Before the G3.
Yeah, it's the first iMac.
Okay, I think I remember that because I'm a Mac guy.
And I think it all works well because it really is 90s aesthetics. They really went all the way with that. And the translucent plastics and the little spots of color, it looks so good.
I don't like it.
You don't like it? I like it because it's different because I think phones have become so boring. There are slabs of metal.
Umar Nashbandi did a review of that.
The same
that's good. Here's where I don't. Yes.
Sayang, I don't think that's the video
that's
that
very
we're
nice.
to be watching.
Smartphone in the world designed by the community. The
This is
Nothing
Umar.
Phone 3A community.
I'm glad Umar got his hands on it. So my question to Nothing Malaysia, where's our unit? So these are the things which irritates the living hell out of me, right? So we do all these reviews and then you know about it. Now I hate the design even more. I'm kidding. But
Wait. So like you said, they collaborated with 4 external creators, right?
Yeah, correct.
So it covers different things. Number one, it covers the hardware and design of the phone.
Yeah.
Okay. So this guy called Emre, I have no idea how to pronounce his name. Emre Keganelko.
Yeah, okay. So he did the overall hardware and the design.
Hardware and the packaging.
Which I don't like, okay.
And of course, he set out the unique color profile that gives it the 3A identity. And the second set of creators is Ambrosio and Luis for Revlon.
So it's 2 people.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Actually, it's 4 people, so 4 creators. So they
meaning the
designed
accessories specifically is 2 people.
2 people. So they
that's-
designed an accessory which is inspired by a dice. So it's like a
That looks
dice
good.
using Nothing's N.55.
That one I like. Yeah, that's nice.
That's very cool. It's very on brand with Nothing.
Yeah.
And then you also have the software side of things with this designer called Jet Zoc, who designed the UI and lock screen. And he uses this custom multi-phone weight, a dynamic phone lock screen, for better readability. And also an exclusive wallpaper that goes with the phone.
Yeah.
In terms of marketing, they partnered with this guy called Sushruta Saka. I think he's a filmmaker. And they did a Made Together campaign focusing on this collaboration journey instead of just simply tech specs.
But why do they need to collaborate one person from marketing? Why they cannot market themselves?
I think they can, but it's just that the point of the collaboration is to involve external parties.
Including marketing?
Including marketing.
That's
which is
interesting.
Nice, which is nice. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so for me, the accessory is lovely. The UI amazing. Marketing, I don't think why you should get somebody to do it, but I understand.
Community driven.
Okay, bro.
Community
And
driven.
then the hardware, no. Now, you cannot compare with the G3. The G3 looks a million times better than this. But of course, that's why we're having this podcast, right? We discuss together. Okay.
Yeah.
But I have to say price is great. 1,699 ringgit. But good luck trying to get it because there's only 1,000 in the whole world.
Yeah. Okay. So you can register for interest 9 to 11. You're already late because sales are going to start 12 December, which is what today.
You need to go on
And
Shopee.
via nothing.tech and also selected partners. I'm not sure if it's available on Shopee, but it will be available on the Nothing store in Soho. That means Soho, UK, 13th of December.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I think why this is interesting is that it's rare that a tech company does this.
I agree. I agree. I have to give them props on that.
I know
agree.
Xiaomi does a lot of these community things as well because I think they were very community driven, especially with MIUI at the time. And I like it because this blends nostalgia and creativity, and also because it's collaborative, so it's like a shared ownership. So every fan kind of owns this product.
Yeah. For me, do you know like how Samsung call and some other brands call it FE Fan Edition? This is a true definition of fan edition.
Really,
that's what I'm saying. That is not fan edition because this is a proper fan edition. It's just that I don't like the color. That's what it is. Other than that, I'm cool.
What if it was orange?
Okay, but I think they should done in orange because.
But then it will be like some other phone,
Yeah. So that's a
Some
good
other
thing.
phone.
Yeah, so that's a good thing. This color though, although it looks almost, ours is blue. It looks a bit like that, but yeah. But yes, a good job, nothing on doing something like this. And since it's the second year, which I had no idea, it's good. And congratulations for the people who got the phone. Since there's only 1,000, minus all the tech YouTubers who got it, habis lah, good luck.
So the question is for you, is this like the future of smartphones? And should more collaborative projects like this happen with other brands?
Yeah, like maybe the next Samsung FE should be the fans really giving their... So I'd say a huge credit towards Nothing to do something like this to really get the people involved, because this is a proper definition of fan edition. Yeah. And I agree that not only Nothing, but every other brand should do something like this. Totally agree. Yeah. Cool. Nice. Okay. The next one is that Google is copying Apple's feature. So Apple has this name drop, but Android is calling it the gesture exchange. Talk to us about that.
Terrible name.
Okay. So if it's a terrible name, give me your suggestion. What do you call it?
Gesture exchange. What? Gesture. You don't exchange gestures.
That's true. So what would you call it?
Let's call it name drop.
Apple will sue them.
Google drop or something. I don't know.
Google drop sounds better. Okay, so in case you all did not know that this is similar to Apple's name drop. If you do not know what Apple name drop is, that way it brings two iPhones together and then it shares contact. It works not all the time, just so you know. Sometimes you still need to go and save it and stuff like that. It's a good party trick, but that's about it. I still feel that, just sending a WhatsApp to the fella called him, but, it's still a very quick way of getting a thing, and it looks cool, right? Now, it is internally referred to gesture exchange or contact exchange.
So it's probably not the actual.
Yeah, it's probably not the exact name. Now, it was discovered on the latest Google Play Services version 25.49.31 beta.
So it's so they're just testing it, right?
What's interesting is that the animation is fully visible, but the exchange is not working. So it looks like some half-ass shit. So it's like it goes like it just goes like and then it stops.
Okay.
So it looks like a without sounding bad wordy, it's like a cock tease lad.
But I mean, if they are naming it gesture exchange, because it's mentioned both, right? It's mentioned like it's gesture exchange or contact exchange. So gesture exchange opens it up to other things.
Okay.
So contact exchange makes it very much simply like name drop, where you only exchange contacts. But gesture could be a lot more. It could be file sharing.
It could be something like what Huawei did, where you grab the flag and you can grab the screenshot.
I don't know why Huawei likes to do things like that. It's so
but
tiring.
It works though. It works in China. It works in China.
Instead of flipping your thumb, you're like using your arm strength.
It's a cool party trick. This is so good eventually, because you know what?
Tiring.
Ever since Apple came up with a name drop, I only used it 2 times. And out of the 2 times, one worked, the other didn't work. After that, I'll be like, bro, it just scanned my QR.
No, the problem with name drop is it's inconsistent. So when you're trying to, let's say, share a photo with AirDrop where you can also bump, it does name drop instead, which is annoying.
Oh, yes, correct. Yeah. Yeah.
8 out of 10 times, this happens.
Yeah.
So when you actually want to name drop, you want to share like a photo, it name drops. Yeah. 8 out of 10 times.
Yeah, so you cannot tell what I should do first. I totally agree with you. But here's the problem with Android phones though, because NFC placement is not as straightforward as iPhones, because iPhone's NFC antenna is always at the top edge, but different Android has different, like some, so you don't know which area, so you'll be like, where do I tap? Do I tap at the front, tap at the back? So, and I think it would be cool that if they came out at least, for example, go like, and then your hand move like that, they'll be like, instead of doing a grab lah. Well, I guess why this matters is that for Android users, it brings a simple and a universal way to exchange contact info, or like probably files and stuff like that. Yeah. It reduces reliance on QR codes, which honestly, I still think that QR codes is the faster way to have contact details. Like I bought this.
I think it's lowest hanging fruit.
Yeah. So since my wallet is just in a reach, I just go and quickly grab it. So I bought. So I bought this on Amazon. They call it the Air Card, right? So what happened is that not only has Apple the AirTag support, so it has. I don't want to show it now, otherwise everybody will get my contact. So there's a QR code over here, right? So in the other side, and when you scan the QR code, you get my phone number and all of my exact, like for example, all the social media platforms and stuff like that. And it works like you can put it in a card, and it's like a card form. I still feel this is so much more faster. Okay. Compared to doing stuff like this, which doesn't work. Because it doesn't work, that the malufyingness is different level, bro. It'd be like, okay, bro. Especially if you're a tech guy, right? Yeah. So timeline, no official release date yet. Why do you think they got no official? Is it because it not coming anytime soon, or they are just gonna announce it like
I think the challenge with Android is that because of the plethora of devices out there, extensive amount of R&D and also testing is required to make sure that everything works on every device.
Yeah.
For Apple, it's different. We've got much less devices. We've got a unified iOS. It's so much easier to do it and execute on iPhone.
Yeah.
But then when you talk about Android contact sharing and stuff like that, it's existed for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe not via NFC. NFC is for more the modern Android phones do have something called Android Beam. And you just tap to pair.
Yeah, correct.
You can use that.
Yeah, I remember.
And the fallback is always Bluetooth. You can always Bluetooth share. Of course, the question here now is we are talking about NFC. So that's quite limited at this point. And of course, Google is working on it right now to make it. I think that what we see now is just the visual execution of it, like name drop. They haven't quite perfected it yet, but I'm sure it'll come. You also mentioned the inconsistent NFC placement, right?
Yeah.
For
different Android phones are different, right? So how?
And personally, for me on the iPhone, I didn't know initially that the tag was here, right beside the camera module, and I had to look it up online because I had problems with the TNG card. So the TNG card has NFC.
For those of you not from Malaysia, TNG is touch and go, I guess.
Yeah, touch and go is like a contactless payment thing that we have. So it's like a card like this.
There you go.
Right? But an NFC version. So I had to look it up to reload my card, and a lot of my friends even didn't know where the NFC tag was on the iPhone. Yeah. And I had to show it to them. So I think on Android, the lesson is RTFM. We gotta just find out where the hell the tag is. Usually at the center, I think. The phone.
So Google has copied MagSafe, Pixel Snap, and now this name drop. Of course, Apple has few things that they copied as well, but it seems to be going more towards Google these days. What are they going to copy next?
I think that's an excellent question. I guess the answer is we will know when we know.
Do you have any favorite that you want Google to copy from Apple? While Vernon thinks inside, do you have anything?
Better quick share, I guess.
Oh, better quick share. Something like your AirDrop lah, but higher level.
It's coming already.
Yeah, it's already coming. So
I don't really have one, but I think companies copying from each other is normal, and we see Apple copying Android copying Apple, and vice versa. I don't think it's a problem if you copy the good stuff. Yeah. And I think it drives progress and innovation.
Fantastic.
Good for the consumers, I think.
Exactly, good for us, right? So speaking of good for us, Intel is finding something very good for them, because if this rumor is true, there's a very interesting report to say is that Intel chips might be coming to the iPhone, where the rumor says that
it sends shudders down my spine.
They said that they are going to be most probably powering the iPhone 20, if it's going to even call the iPhone 20, and the iPhone 20e, if the iPhone 20e even exists. Because apparently it's not going to be starting anytime soon. It's going to be starting in the year 2028. Now, very important clarification: they are not going to be the manufacturer.
Yeah, obviously.
They're going to be the manufacturer, not the designer. So Apple still will be designing their very own ARM-based silicon for their A series and the M series, which is the A chipset, the Bionic A chipset, and the M variants. So it's similar to how TSMC fabricates Apple's custom design today. And of course, there are certain strategic reasons to this. One of it is supply chain and probably diversifying on that. But I wonder, what does this really mean for Intel? Like, is this a major win if it's true for them?
I think it is a major win because Apple is a big brand. They do have billions of devices.
Yeah.
But of course, when you look at the semiconductor foundry business overall in worldwide, TSMC is number one, and they have something like 70% market share. Second, obviously, is Samsung.
Yeah.
Samsung is about not even 10%. I think. Intel is not even listed. Is listed under others.
Yeah.
But I think Intel is important because they are US based. And like you mentioned, it's about diversification of the supply chain.
Yeah.
And TSMC is, Taiwan based, although they themselves have diversified their operations. They have fabrication in US, I think in Texas. They have in Japan, aside from Taiwan.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a smart move from Apple to hedge its bets. As you know, Taiwan is a little bit of a shaky location, especially with the China ties, and so that could change anytime. So this gonna help Apple move its focus from Taiwan to other countries. I think it's smart to do it in the US.
Another very interesting fact is that Intel doesn't believe in NM, meaning nanometer process. They believe in the A process nodes.
That's just marketing.
Yeah, they go like, because that's not how you measure nanometers. Is the wrong way to measure. So this could add credibilities to their claims for the 14A and the 18A process nodes. We don't care about the names and we don't care about numbers as long as it performs well. I have about two very important questions to ask you. Like, would performance differ slightly, knowing the fact that it is like Intel fabricated chips? Because like how Apple moved away from Intel having the M series chip on their own.
Yeah.
Do you think that the performance is going to be different slightly? Because the rumor is saying that it's going to be on a non-pro. So that could be the reason, right? So what do you think about that?
In my humble opinion, no. The design doesn't change.
So it's not going to have any performance difference.
No,
Wow.
Aside from the fabrication process, I think what they're trying to do is tap into Intel's. You mentioned 18A, right? It's supposed to be, I think it's 2 nanometers, which is a new fabrication process, which TSMC already has. But anyways, it's to produce the lower end chips.
Yeah.
Right. So, but the design is still from Apple, so it's not gonna. Whether that's fabricated by TSMC or any other, maybe even Samsung,
correct,
doesn't really matter because the design specs are the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my opinion. I don't think performance will differ.
Okay.
Based on the question.
Now, knowing the fact that it's closer to home compared to TSMC being in Taiwan, now Intel is in the US, do you think that this will help Apple to scale faster in terms of really properly manufacturing their laptops or even the phones?
I don't think the question is about speed of scaling. I think it just assures Apple that there's enough chips for its business. I mean, hedging its bets is a smart idea and definitely strategic for the business.
Okay. Does this also mean that they are preparing for a world where they can not only rely on TSMC alone?
Absolutely. I think absolutely that's the thing.
Yeah.
But you can't escape TSMC because they are just the biggest.
That's true.
And they have the most advanced process.
And I think when it comes to cost-wise, so I'm sure we're looking at a significant amount of cost also, right? Like
sure.
Really saving a lot of money, especially
because
the fact that
it's economies of scale, right? When you have the volume, obviously you get the rewards of that.
Nice. So that is the tech news of the week for our very infamous section, which Who Asked for This? Lenovo Legion Pro came up with a rollable laptop
This
screen.
is
Give us a
interesting.
lowdown on that, Vernon.
Well, I'm surprised that because this one, although this is my segment, but
Yeah.
Adam,
Yeah,
credit to him,
I put
found
it in
this.
set, yes.
It's a rollable ultra-wide gaming laptop from Lenovo. I think if anyone can pull this off, is someone like Lenovo or Asus.
I
right?
agree, I agree.
They've always been brave and bold and crazy to come up with, crazy ideas like this. So this is called the Legion Pro Rollable. I'm not sure if it's the official name, but it's literally a laptop that can expand its display horizontally. We've already seen it in, I think, the ThinkBook, where it goes vertical, where it rolls vertically, which is actually really cool for productivity-wise. But obviously, gamers want a little bit of a wide screen when they're gaming on the go. So this is designed for immersive gaming and video editing. And obviously, if you want productivity, you can do that as well with multitasking and stuff. You have more screen real estate. I think it's following our previous discussion because we were talking about mobile phones specifically, but we asked about what's next from foldables.
Yeah.
Is that the future? But I think I talked about, I think the next wave is going to be rollables, and this thing came out.
Because it eliminates the crease. And I think that the technology is already been around for quite a while. LG has been producing like full-fledged TVs with rollable. It's about time. Few things before I give my feedback. Do you think that this is actually practical when it comes to going from the vertical to the ultra-wide kind of aspect ratio?
I think it's absolutely practical.
Okay.
And it's almost like the trifold, right? Where you get a tablet without buying a tablet. You get a smaller device,
Yeah.
or you get that huge screen real estate, and I love it. And like you said, the technology is already there. It's just perfecting it and commercializing it. And this thing uses a flexible POLED, like we've seen on LG in previous rollable projects.
Yeah, because we already know that performance-wise, like brands like Asus and even Lenovo for this case, they are great. And I think this is a good step forward. But if you really had to still choose between a traditional hinge, funny how we call it a traditional now,
Traditional hinge.
or a rollable mechanism, where would you put your money on?
For the future, rollable.
Okay.
But as a consumer, I think there is a place for both to exist.
Okay. Got
Right.
it. So who asked for this?
Me. I definitely asked for it. I think the future of tech asks for this.
Yeah.
And I believe that it's a glimpse to what's to come.
I love the fact that it is not vertical because you know how much I hate vertical content.
What if you can go horizontal and vertical?
That'll be quite
Either or.
madness lah. Yeah, that'd be quite madness.
Maybe that's the next step, right?
Because I like for productivity, ultra-wide is so much better. Not for gaming, but I think for productivity or content creation, it'd be great because you can have like one screen, like your video editing software, and it could be like something DaVinci Resolve with your color grading on the right and the left. And also like we know that the screens from Lenovo is also very good in terms of color accuracy. So I also ask for this lah. And I hope this is the future moving forward because of the crease, which didn't bother me as much as now it is because the technology has gone so far. When OPPO came up with their rollable screen, I thought it's going to be available for all of us to buy. We still do not know why. What is the risk? Of course, we know that this kind of mechanism
could it be
got a
cost?
risk. Could be. Maybe it's just too expensive to just go and sell it to somebody,
exactly.
right? It's like how last time LG had the wallpaper TV. It's like, it was just too expensive. I would love to have it because it's so thin. And the only person I know who had it is, of course, Marcus Brownlee. This is like early in the days. But it's so nice, but it's so expensive that eventually they didn't sell a lot. That's why eventually they had to stop to it. But very interesting thing for our segment for that. Okay, for community segment, Syed wrote on Tuesday, 5G in Malaysia is fast, but what is your must-have speed? We are one of the world's fastest. Believe it or not, I didn't know that. Yeah. I didn't know that. When I saw that, I was questioning Syed lah. I'm like, betul. But apparently, yes, Malaysia has one of the fastest 5G speeds in the world. But What Syed is asking is that let's be real about actual experience on your phone. What is the minimum download speed? Now, the highest percentage is people saying between 50 to 150 Mbps. The second vote is 151 to 350. Then, 350 plus, and another say 151, 350, and then under 50 Mbps. Before we go into the comments, what are your thoughts about this? And which one would you fall into this particular category?
What are my thoughts? I kind of agree and expect the results. 50 to 150, I think, is probably the general experience of 5G in Malaysia here. And that's what I picked, 50 to 150. To be honest, on a mobile and on the move, 50 to 150, I feel is the most practical and expected speeds. I don't need 350 and above speeds on a daily basis. And it's not that important. I think more important for me is coverage. And I think as a whole, in general, in Malaysia and in other countries, coverage, and especially indoor coverage, is a challenge. When you're in the mall, in the basement, you have zero coverage, you have no signal, and that's always a problem.
Yeah. So I don't know how to answer this, because I'm not one of those who goes to a place and see 5G and do a speed test.
Okay.
So I do not,
but not all the time.
Do you do it as well?
Not all the time, but I do it.
Yeah. So I never done it because for me, I agree with the first point, because I'm a bit more towards, I just need a coverage. I don't care if it's 3G, is 4G. I don't want, like, when I'm going up, even in my parking lot, I have to, like, when I talk on the phone, I have to go towards, like, near the outside there.
There are always blind spots indoors.
So for me, the 5G speeds does not matter to me as much, and I don't know how to answer this, to be honest. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm like, so when you gave out this question, I'm like, okay, it's the first time where I do not know what to answer. I really do not know what is fast and what is the minimum, and also probably because if I'm not traveling, I'm either in the studio or I'm at home.
Yeah, so you're on broadband.
I'm more on broadband, a little more. So broadband, I got so many things to say, especially for Celcom DG. But I do not know how to answer this, is because I personally do not know
what the speeds you're experiencing.
Yes. What is my average speed that I'm experiencing?
Would you say is average, is adequate, or is it super fast? Maybe that's a better question. Don't care about the numericals.
Very good question. So here's the thing. How do we calculate on super fast? Is it like watching videos or playing games online?
Whether you're uploading and you say, if you're downloading something, let's say if I'm downloading an app, it just takes a couple of seconds and it's done.
But usually when we download apps, we're in the studio or at home. You get what I mean? It's like very rarely we go outside and test the speeds per se. Yeah. That is my main thing.
What if you're sharing photos or videos, let's say WhatsApp or something, when you're on the go? So usually that makes a difference.
Yeah, correct. Usually if we are sharing photos and all, it's either airdrop on the spot. If it's not airdrop, means if I'm going to send it later, I'll say, I'll go back home, I'll send it to you. So I guess it's a habit thing. But very interesting fact, and I was surprised to see that there are 294 votes, 15 comments. So a lot of people,
passionate about.
So good job, Syed. I honestly questioned the question. I was like, what kind of question is this? But I trusted in him, so good job.
It's a good question.
Devon Portable says, I think anything under 100 Mbps is very cukup makan these days. We need more. See, this is what I meant. I do not know whether 100 Mbps is enough or not. If you ask me broadband speeds, not enough. You get what I mean? So, yeah. Delicious Noodle says, meanwhile, in Singapore, Singtels like to nerve and throttle our speed like nothing. Oh, really? Wow. Singapore? I wouldn't expect Singapore to do such things, though.
Telcos throttle all the time, so it's not.
Eddie Midnight says, I'll just be happy with stable 4G connection. I agree. 90%.
Technically, what we are experiencing is really 4G plus. Right? Because we don't have MM wave.
Yeah.
It's
millimeter waves. Yeah.
Real 5G.
Yeah. So Eddie says that he would be happy with stable 4G connection. Totally agree, because 90% of the time when I use mobile data is all in two regular because of our power outages, when half the people in city switch to mobile at the same time, the connection drops constantly. I agree in terms of having stable 4G connection is so much more important. That's why my argument is that whenever people talk about Huawei devices not being supported by 5G, I ask them back again, is the area that you're staying got really super crazy 5G speeds, or do you prefer to have consistent, stable connection of 4G speeds everywhere? Right?
Stability for me and coverage.
I totally agree with Eddie as well. IMJ say I don't need anything better than 50 to 100 TBF. See, again, I do not know whether that's enough, so that's good. Abang Vernon, speed isn't everything. Coverage, especially indoors, far more important. Totally agree. The indoor, the basement parking, we are in year 2025.
Correct.
Speaking of which, side note, we are year 2025. Until today, we don't have a proper milk warmer for babies which goes directly at 37 degrees. So, okay.
Who asked for this? You should. Okay, next who asked for this? I want you to.
Being a dad is a whole separate story.
I want you to talk about baby tech.
Yeah, I should because
Talk about baby tech.
it's funny because I'm like, so Philips has this thing called Philips Advent, right? So you take, sidetrack a bit. I want to teach you all. I want to teach you all, especially future dad out there.
Listen up, future dads.
So you take the bottle, you put it in this hot water, right? And you see, the ideal temperature for baby milk is about 37 degrees, right? Slightly hotter, okay? Now, what it does is that there's like a circular thing. You press the button, you go one whole full circle, and then you can already feed the baby. But when you take it, it's hot as hell. Now, so what I have to do is that in addition to that, I have to open the water, and this is like 3 a.m., bro. Not like 10 o'clock in the morning, no. Because that's where the baby wants to drink, especially during week 5, week 6, week 7. Your baby wakes up at least 3 times.
Why isn't there like a proper...
Exactly. Why can't you just put it in a thing, type there 37, and tell me when it's done, bro?
Maybe
so
we
it's
should
like
go
by
check
the
out.
time I finish warming up, my baby is crying like crazy. I'm gonna come it out. So I'm like, oh my god. Baby tech should be next. Anyway, so sorry to really go over, but year 2025 still we have this problem. There's so many other things which I'll talk about maybe in the future, like what Abang said. Wabr. Yo, bro. Using mobile data, no sir. I've been a misser at those prices. 50 Mbps is plenty for me. Home Wi-Fi though. Let's go. I agree. I'm a bit
Home
more.
Wi-Fi is not mobile.
Yeah, Wi-Fi. I think what he's saying, I think he's similar to me. Like we don't really like keep in mind on mobile data like how Syed and you does, for example. Alan Kid Animation says here in UK you're lucky to even get stable 10. Really?
Wow, that better.
UK
can't be that bad.
I need to
right?
talk to my UK friends, the YouTubers.
I didn't really have a problem when I was in UK.
Leod says that usually upload stuff outside, so 150 Mbps would be great. In Malaysia, download is acceptable, but the upload speed is just too slow.
True.
I totally agree. He recently went to POCO for Bali, and he said that the upload speed is great. It's same like how, again, we are talking about broadband, like Celcom DG's broadband plan. Your download speed 500 Mbps, fine. Upload speed 100. I'm like,
it's a way to kind of throttle.
And Nash J says 50 Mbps Celcom DG laughs at my face. Exactly. But again, there's broadband, and also based on, if it's not broadband, so I guess it's the data plan, right? Lexman says mine gives around 20 to 35 megabytes indoors, which is also enough for me. I'm going to do a speed test and find out for myself. Chu Misu says mobile data, I use 6 Mbps enough.
Let me do it
for 25.
But it's not 5G, it's 4G. In this area.
That's what I'm saying. We are year 2025.
But let's see
we are in the heart of Klana Jaya. We're still getting 4G. Why?
Let's see what 4G gives us. Oh wait, there's 5G now.
Oh, there is. Okay, so just do a speed. Do a speed test. I'll do a speed test. Okay, you do on iPhone. I'll do on the OPPO Find X9 Pro.
Sure.
Okay.
I've got.
So what do you use for your speed test?
Speed test.
Oklala. So let's go and try Okla.
Celcom. Come on, Celcom. You can do it.
Okay. They're asking me to download the app. I can just go on the web, right? So, okay.
Not bad.
Okay. Okay, so
Not a great ping, but we're getting about 150
Yeah, about 100.
megabits per second
wow, so this is about
download.
100-ish lah, 115, 105 Mbps.
Upload is about 10, which is decent on the go. Yeah, it's not bad. Not great.
Yeah, about 118 lah, so okay lah, fine lah. I
Not-
guess it.
not 5G.
I'll just use Wi-Fi and live with it. Then we have UEUE. I'm having 554 megabits download right now here in Berlin, Germany. I want to go Berlin one day. My fastest ever was 1,559. Wow. Needing for high-res videos, stable, that's nice. I see there's 3 replies over there. Leo says city center will be easily 50 to 100 Mbps. Heck, some prime malls can go up to 500. I agreed. Then he asked whether talking about Malaysia. He said yes, Malaysia. So I guess Syed is right. In the end of the day, we have one of the fastest ever. But yeah, that's a very interesting question, which I didn't think they would get so many responses. So good job. Huge credit to you, Syed. Speaking of which, usually we'll say that, stay tuned next week. Every Tuesday we come out with questions. But since next week is going to be a special episode where we go through the smartphones of the year 2025, we expect you to wear a suit next week.
Oh, really? Wow. Why?
Suit. Yeah, like a suit lah. Of course we're giving awards, man. So it's like award ceremony.
Okay.
Easy for Mo to write, do thumbnail. Otherwise, just use AI only.
Yeah, it is AI.
Yeah. So thank you so much, guys, for coming and being part of our community segment. We love this segment, and of course, it also tests Syed's creativity when coming up with questions like this as well. And of course, we are going to be again going back to letting you guys know about next week's smartphone of year 2025 chosen by you, and then we will get the feedback accordingly. We have reviewed a total of 40 devices. Remember, when you see those categories, if you want to watch back our videos, it would be great because you contribute to the views. But of course, if you find that any one of the smartphones that is not available over there, it's not that Syed and us did not want to include it, but because the choices for YouTube is only limited to 4, it's a little hard. So if you find that there's another smartphone that you feel should be in that particular category, just comment over there and then we'll go through similarly what we're going to do right now, because next week is just going to be dedicated based on this. We're going to go through all of the 14 categories. When it comes to video releases recap, we have reviewed and released a video on the Eufy E25 robot vacuum. Very good robot vacuum, a little aggressive.
Aggressive.
Because that fella can climb up the table legs. So like those kind of table legs, you would think that he will go and then he
Bump
will
it and then reverse.
No, he goes all over it. So he
Maybe
can be
thinks
quite
it's a
scary.
carpet.
It can be quite scary when sometimes I'm hitting. I'm like, but it's very good. But yeah, that is one of the things which I realized is a little scary after doing the review, because we use it for a week. The next or the final video of the year would be our in-depth review of the OPPO Find X9 Pro. Stay tuned for that, and I will also test out whether or not we kind of tried earlier that the telephoto lens does not work. But I really want to know from a camera's perspective and how is it when it comes to the battery life as well. So stay tuned for that. And with that, we like to conclude episode number 39 for What the Tech. My name is Adam Lobo.
My name is Vernon. See you in the next one.
Bye-bye.